I'm telling you of a gospel truth. Marriage can hurt you. If you don't go God's way, marriage can harm you. The interesting thing about life is that those who are in it are finding a way to go out. Those who are out of it are finding several ways to enter without understanding. It's possible to marry an evil person and the marriage will work. Many people married very evil people, but today the evil people are good because of a certain understanding the other partner had. The beauty about Jesus is that Jesus was and is so deep in wisdom that there were many things that he taught in one way, but it was an answer to many ways. So you can receive his wisdom in different interpretations to affect many lives. The whole of Matthew chapter 10 is actually a message of Jesus about relationship. He sends his disciples away and he tells them that I'm sending you to the lost sheep of Israel. Now, you've been with me for some few years. I'm sending you to a people. Go and relate with them. Send a message. And then this was his advice to them. Beware of men. Just beware of human beings. Beware of both women and men. That means if Jesus was around and you tell Jesus, I'm going to school, he will tell you, beware of men. If you tell Jesus, I'm traveling to United States, he will tell you, beware of men. Because they have been with him all these years, and then he's sending them to different cities to go and preach the gospel. And this was the man's solid advice for them. But he gives them a clue and the qualities they must have in dealing with human beings. Listen, this is the same message of Jesus to us if you want to try any relationship, if you want to marry, if you want to relate with human beings in any way, if you are going to work, this is the same advice he's giving us. And he tells them, I'm sending you to a people who are wolves in sheep clothing. And Jesus gives two qualities. And then he says, if you have these two, now I can send you. Go anywhere. Meet anybody. You are fine. And he tells them, be wise as a serpent and be harmless as a dove. He combines the two because serpents have two sides to their lives. They are poisonous and they are good. They have a wisdom that is excellent. And they also have another side that is very dangerous. He compares us to another animal and says, you must make sure you share the qualities of these two animals. The dove has a characteristics of innocence, purity, and meekness. You know, the only animal that really cannot harm anybody is the dove. It's just there. The only thing the dove has is a wing to fly from evil. So a dove will never harm you. If you try to harm it, it flies away. So when Jesus says be harmless as a dove, all he's telling you is that you are going to meet people who may be harmful. But when the time is due, fly away. The best you can do is to fly away. But he tells us that in dealing with people, we have to be pure, we have to be innocent, we have to be meek. This is the aspect of the dove. So an advice that Jesus is giving you, please don't let your attitude be a response to your partner's attitude. Be a dove. Be simply harmless. And my wife did this and that, and my husband did this and that. Because of that, I will poison him. That's not the characteristics of a dove. A dove means no harm. That means that if you are a child of God and you are under the lordship of Jesus, the first command he gives you in relating to any human being is be harmless. Just the characteristics of a dove can make every marriage work. Deciding to be harmless. So you check the way you talk to your partner to make sure that you don't say any abusive thing that will emotionally strain your partner. So a child of God that plans and sit down and plan and strategize on how to hurt a partner, you are breaking the word. Most of us have so much plans against partners. Some of you here, you are planning of how you will show your partner. Be harmless. Throw a stone at a dove. All it does is that it flies away. Attack a dove. All it does is to fly. So that to a point that the Bible says when the Holy Ghost was descending, he descended like a dove. In other words, I've not come to harm you. Every man must be able to assure a woman, I've not come to harm you. Every woman must be able to assure a man, I've not come to harm you. I've come to let things work for you. It's a mentality. You must have it. The day you declare to somebody that you love the person, you must have that mentality. I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to help you. And then he says, in your harmlessness, be wise. I've not come to harm you, but I'm not also a fool. I carry the wisdom of a serpent. So I'm going to show you some few wisdom of the serpent that you must apply in your relationship. Serpents understand that they are not loved by all and will not be loved unconditionally. A serpent suspects everybody. A serpent is that wise. A serpent will never think that you love it until you prove it. That is why when you meet a snake, it will run before it checks who it has met. A serpent doesn't easily trust. So Jesus was telling them that if you go, you are carrying a message. Deliver the message. After that, return. If they try to love you, then you love back. If they don't love you, go your way. Some of us declare love when love has not been given. That is why we make statements like, I never thought, I trusted you. That is not the wisdom of a serpent. You don't easily trust. The way some people are doing something, you have loved who you shouldn't love. That is why you are. Yes. A serpent has always made room. So, you see, that is why when you try to strike a serpent, he doesn't get angry because he knows you and him. Attack is normal. You see, leave room. Leave room. Some of you that overloves, you think that your partner is an angel. He was sitting at the right hand side of God, and then he was sent on earth, and God brought your partner to you. And because of that, this guy I met, oh, he's so different. My God, he's out of this world. Out of the world too, there are aliens. Not only angels are out of the world, aliens are out of the world. So whoever you meet, leave room for disappointment. You don't tie your destiny because somebody sent you a message that I love you. Then you tie your whole life, your whole destiny. You sleep looking at the message. You wake up looking at the message. You are walking about because of that. Your walking have changed because somebody said I love you. The wisdom of a serpent will tell you that the first time I meet you, there is nothing like love at first sight. To the serpent, there is nothing like that. As the serpent is meeting you, he knows you can kill him. Listen, let people prove their love. Some of you just suddenly jump into holding the person on high. Then you store the person's name, second Jesus. You people don't know what people are doing, eh? And you send message. If not the fact that they said Jesus came 2,000 years ago, I would have said you are the Messiah. You are the Jesus who have come down. Be wise as a serpent. Don't hug on the first time until you are proven who you are hugging. Jesus said, be wise as a serpent. Do you know one of the animals apart from eagles that have the sharpest eyes is a serpent? When you meet me for a day, your eyes must be able to see what is not common for other eyes to see. You don't just jump, you don't see anything. The only thing you see is a curls on the man's head. Wow. See curls. Then the men to see body. Be wise, oh. Be wise as a serpent. Second wisdom of the serpent is serpents are masters in adjusting themselves. It's their security. They fight to be in an environment that looks like their color. That's a serpent for you. It's a wisdom. It's their security point. That is the only way they don't easily get killed. That's the only way they don't easily get attacked. They just have to be in an environment that looks like them. If Jesus tells you be wise as a serpent, that means that one of the key things to do when you enter into any relationship is to find a common ground until both of you are conformed to each other. Some of you just want to be distinct. Yes, this is who I am. This is what I want to be. And you can't change me. And I told you before the marriage that I will not change. I will be the way I am and all that. And some of you too, before marriage, you are being told, the person tells you, I won't change. I'll be. Listen, to secure your marriage, you must learn to adjust. This is how serpents protect themselves. You want to protect your marriage, adjust. The third wisdom, serpents have no business harming children. They have a saying that if a snake bites a child, that snake is sent. You see, say, "Wawaka akura sa wawonu ya sumanu onya wawopa." Every good snake protects children. They don't bite children. Do you know what it means? The wisdom of a serpent in relationship means that no matter what happens between you and your partner, leave the children out. Leave the children out. Some of you may not understand it now until you get married and you realize that because of your child, we must cease fire. No matter how angry both of us are, sometimes you turn and look at the children, 3 children, you look at them. And if you are wise as a serpent, you realize that no, we can't harm these children. Because of them, we must settle our score. Under no circumstance must you ignore your children that you have given birth to, that you can see. You leave them stranded with their mother and go and start again with another woman. You are not a wise man. The wisdom of the serpent will tell you that no matter what, we secure children. When every circumstance shows that I have to leave this marriage, and then you tend to realize that I must be wise as a serpent. Most people are looking for a supernatural way for their marital issue to be solved. It doesn't work. There must be an application of wisdom. There are times that you have to just see. That's what I'm talking about, the wisdom of serpent. You just have to look at your children like this and make a decision. Some people are so wicked that they can leave their 6-month-old child there and go and fornicate. And they leave the mother, the child, and go home and come at 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 12 a.m., all because they were following another girl. People are simply not wise. To him, he's enjoying life. But later, then it comes after them. Any positive serpent, what happens to them is that they love to play with children. Until they see an adult coming, then they run. Some of you get angry with your husband, and then suddenly you are angry with the children also. Get angry with wife, you are children. Sometimes because of the children, you have to smile with your angry wife. The one that you are even angry with. When the child show up, you just have to start playing. Just play because the children are around. You play. Wait there, just say, "Akrane bakran waspake" to 5G. Just for the child to know that you are angry with daddy or you are angry with mommy. You are not wise. Serpents can stay in an unwanted place for a long time. No human being can sustain his or her emotions permanently all their lifetime. No human being can do that. As long as you are dealing with human beings, there will be days that people will behave as if you are not needed and you are not wanted. It's part of humans. Every marriage goes through it. There will come a point that your wife or husband will begin to behave as though you are not important. And that is a point sometimes you feel unwanted. When you even give an opinion, he gets angry. It's with every relationship. There are times that you call the person, especially in relationships, there are times that you call the person, he doesn't pick. If you pick too, he has an attitude. It's part of human nature. It's not every time that the person picks the call, "Oh, darling." So the day you didn't hear "darling," I'll break up with this guy. It's not. You have to be able to adjust to that circumstance. The wisdom of a serpent is that the serpent knows they don't need me here, but I need it to be here. The serpent knows that at this moment, if they get a stick, they'll kill me. They are chasing me out of here, but I also have to be here. So they have a way of hiding themselves in an unwanted place for a long time. They show up when it is needful. Every single person who wants to really sustain a marriage for a long time must have this wisdom of a serpent. When it is time when it looks like you are not needed, crawl back. Find a place to hide. Why wouldn't him say that season of you are not needed? No question. Kabana, is it nice? No, I went to do my hair. Is it nice? Wouldn't him so say something has triggered a season in the man? Probably work is not going well. Probably. So he feels like he should find a place to hide his head somewhere. That is not the time you come and say, "So won't you tell me you love me?" Hey, for 3 days you have not told me you love me. Oh. His mind is not there. And some people can make this mistake and break a relationship or break a marriage because they didn't know how to handle the unwanted season. It's not every time. It's not every time your wife will feel good. Especially when your wife gets pregnant. When your wife gets pregnant, "Hey, me yeti alajosa mami will say yes." They call something morning sickness. If morning sickness come, Masa baby hide you. Just don't go there. Find a simple place, hide. "Good morning, how are you? How is it? Is he fine?" Go and hide. But these things, and you wanna show you if you are pregnant, and so what? Talk back to me. I'm talking to you. I'm the head of the house. You are not wise, Masa. The wisdom of a serpent will tell you that you have to be able to calculate the moods of your partner. It's not every time he's in the mood to play. And now to You have to check. You don't sit back and say, no. You must be happy when I want to be happy. You must play when I want to play. You must do this when I want to do this. No! You are not being mature. This woman doesn't want my plenty talk. Let me just sit back. This man doesn't really want me to play around him now. Let me just relax. And sometimes it can take 1 week. Relax. A serpent is too wise. If he realizes that there's tension in the house, or share you know mukuta kume chasino. 1 week, obiahuno. Ma relax dia kumana koto to hono. Then he comes out. Listen, know when to come out, know when to hide it. With all of that, be in the house. It's difficult for a snake to leave the house. It stays. When seasons becomes difficult and your partner is not emotionally stable, please stay in the house. Don't run away. There are times that genuinely the man is not cheating, he's not doing any foul play, he's simply under pressure. Just be wise as a serpent. That time you also withdraw.